Hi folks. Hey, what am I up to today? I got a busy afternoon. Very busy afternoon. I'm at a location in the Chequamegon-Nicolet National Forest called Mineral Lake. What I'm doing today is I'm exploring lakes that I want to put my kayak on and do some fishing, and campgrounds that I want to haul the adventure trailer into, the Sty Shack Too, and spend 4 to 5 days at a time. That's what I'm doing today. I'm exploring a lot of new places. This is the first stop, and this stop is 32 miles from home. Not far. A little over a half-hour drive. By the end of the day, the farthest out I'll be going, I believe, will be close to 90 miles. But I'll be hitting, most likely, at least 5 different locations today. So, I'm going to go down, take a look at Mineral Lake. There's no campground here. It's just a boat landing. There's nobody else here. This would be a great spot to come. Mineral Lake is supposed to have a great fish population in it. So I think I'm going to be coming back here to try it out. So let's take a walk down and take a look at the lake real quick, and I'll be, after I look at this lake, I'll be shutting her down, jumping back in the truck, and heading to the next location. So come on along. Well folks, this is Mineral Lake. It's not a large lake, but it's a fairly deep lake, and it's reportedly got a great fish population. Can't wait. Can't wait. Yes, sir. It's got a nice landing here. Concrete landing. I'm amazed there's nobody out here. I will be. This is an awesome lake for kayak, I can tell already. Nice spot. Great spot to put in the kayak. The lake wraps around back in there quite a ways and then comes back out around. The water clarity is dark, which is common for northern Wisconsin lakes. It's got a dark, real dark, almost root beer brown color to it. What a nice location. But this is kind of thing where I make a day trip and fish with no campground here. So that's Mineral Lake. We're going to move on to my next stop, and I'll see you folks there. Well, this is my second location that I'm checking out today. This is East Twin Lakes. It's East Twin Lake Campground. Now, years ago, my ex-wife and I used to come here and camp. It's an interesting little campground, but it tends to be busy. There's a boat landing off to the left here. I'm going to go down there and check that out if I want to use it for just a day visit. It's been, 7-8 years since I've been here. Now, it's a great little campground, but like I said, there's not a lot of sites here, and it tends to be busy. So it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like today, and whether I'm going to want to bring the Sty trailer in here. Now, there's a lot of things that go on here. There's a 100-foot portage from one lake to it from West Twin over to West Twin Lake, that you can park down here and get over to West Twin. It's their pay station. This is a $15 a night campground. Some of these can be reserved. There's walk-in campsites for tent only. As you can tell, it's thickly forested in here. Sites 1 through 5 are up through here. Are the rest of the campsites. 6 through 9. I think there's a total of 12 campsites. See, now this is a nice site here. And this is a first come, first served site. You back on in. That wouldn't be a bad one. That wouldn't be a bad one. I could get the adventure trailer in there. And there's the restroom. These sites are nice up here too. These are all back in. You can back the trailer into this one easy. Perfect spot for dropping the kayak. I believe you can reserve that site. These are all reservable sites. Now this is the site we used to take right here when we camped in here. And it's right on the water's edge. You can put a canoe or a boat in right on the shoreline down there. Great little campground, great little campground. And the boat landing we're going to run down to real quick. This is going to be a long video. I got a lot of stops to make today. I may transition here and there as I go. There's a couple sites there that I really like. Now this is the road down to the boat landing. Now I recall I came down here and put my boat in. This is back when I had my 14-foot muskie hunter boat, and that's the only time I ever used this boat landing. And if I recall, there's some parking area here, so if a person wanted to day use the lake, it'd be easy enough to do. Interesting. This little side road there, having a clue where it goes. But that's, you know, this is thick, heavy pine forest in here. Oh, look at the deer. See the deer? Did you see the deer? I hope so. Oh dear. It's nice seeing that deer. That deer sure looked healthy. She looked healthy. All the deer I've been seeing lately are just healthy as can be. It's just, I tell you what, it's just, yeah, here's the boat landing and picnic grounds down here. A little bumpy coming in, not a big deal. I would only be using this if I came here for day use. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember now. This is nice access. This is a good sized lake too. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Campground is right over there on that point. Very nice lake. Yeah, I might, if I don't get a chance to do this one this season, I will get it next season. So we're on to the next stop. See you there. Well, I'm out here at Day Lake. I went down the first loop. Now here's another. Okay, this loop is closed, Heron Circle. For some reason they closed off that loop. I don't know why. That's the second loop. The first one, all you heard was some music because I forgot to turn on the microphone. And I saw a beautiful doe and fawn, very healthy looking. Okay, here's another loop. Paper Birch Circle, it's called, and Pine Circle are down here. So, we're gonna check these sites out. Now, most of these loops are on the lake side of the campground. There's a lot of sites here because Paper Birch has 18 through 28, Red Pine Circle has 29 through 39. So there's 10 sites per circle. I'm going to do this one first. We'll do Pine first, then we'll go back and do Paper Birch. I am amazed. Only two campsites with people in them, but I do see that some of the reserved sites are not reserved. So, boy, that's a big site back in there. Far from the water, though, that one. These sites are all, okay, the well's back there. Site number 34. Not too bad. But this circle is quite a ways from the water. 35 is the camp host, and there's a host. We have a host. The hostess with the mostest. I've got a vehicle in front of me, and it looks like a nice site in there. It's reserved. Somebody's in there. So counting the host, there's only four people so far. I've got a truck in front of me. I'm not filming them. There, now they realize I'm behind them, so I can get past. I'll tip the camera so I can get past them. Okay, we're gonna head down Paper Birch. There's 10 campsites down in here. So with only 4 campers, and I've looked at, this will be 30 sites I will have covered. That's a nice site back in there, kind of hidden. All these sites are just cut into the woods. It's just pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Yeah, that one's back in there. And that's blacktopped. Some of these are really nice. This is a good site too. Water, you can see the water down in there. So not too far from the lake. Campsite 21. That's a blacktop one too. That's nice. I think I like that one. Get the Sty trailer, the adventure trailer down in there. And it says there's a well, a beach, and a fishing pier down that trail. Interesting. And there's the restrooms. I'm gonna back in. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm gonna mosey on. There's somebody in that campsite. So I'm up to 5 campers out of 30 campsites. But Day Lake, I'd like to stay here because, I mean, you just about can't go wrong as far as a campsite goes. They're all nice campsites. But Day Lake, I used to come here and fish for muskies because you were always guaranteed to catch at least one in a fishing trip, but that none of them are big. They're 30-inch or smaller. And I I really like this place because of that. Well, now I guess it was not this last fall, but the fall before, they had completely drained the reservoir, and the fish population got pretty well wiped out. Here's sites number 40 to 45, and it's closed. Okay, another circle that they closed. Okay, we're gonna zip down here. As you can tell, 45 campsites. Wow. Well, I cut a bunch out on the Day Lake campground because it's so darn big. I'm heading out of here now. I'm sure you got a good taste of what Day Lake Campground looks like. Now we're gonna head, I have 2 more campgrounds to check out today, and these are the 2 that I'm the most interested in. They're going to be, most likely, one of those 2 are going to be the ones that I take this adventure trailer to and spend anywhere from 4 to 6 days. But I'm checking them all out and making sure that I pick the best I can. So yeah, there's ATV trails in this area, quite a few of them, and lots of hiking trails. So I'm coming into what's called Clam Lake, and then I got a long haul south yet. From my house to Day Lake, it's about 52 miles. Now, I've got another 30 some miles before I turn off the blacktop again. So I shall pick it up when I get closer to the next campground. See you folks down there. Well, this is destination number 4, Black Lake Campground. You've got a little over 8 miles of gravel road you gotta drive to get to here, and it's, believe it or not, blacktop out here in the middle of the boondocks going into this campground. Now, I've stayed at this campground before a couple of times. One time I was out here with my youngest boy, Joe, and his girlfriend at the time, and my ex-wife. The 4 of us came out here and we spent a couple of days, and the ex-wife and I did some fishing, caught some awesome bass in this lake. So, and this is a nice campground. I'm very tempted that this will be the one I come and spend 4 to 6 days in. We shall see. I haven't been here for several years, so, and they've got walk-in units right here. You park in there and you hike down, and they're walk-in units, tents only. But this is, you're coming right into the entrance right here, and there's a boat landing, and that's Black Lake out there. Most of the campsites are all along the shoreline off to the right. You cross this little bridge. It's got this little river running off of it. It feeds that river. And here's the main entrance. And it's got some great campsites in here. This one, in fact, right from the get-go, number 1, you got to reserve it, but it's right on the water's edge there. I really like that one. Number 2 isn't bad either, near the water again. All of these have trails going down to the water. Campsites off to the right of me, I'm not interested in. This is another one. You're right by the road, but yet you're right by the water. And the nice thing is these campsites it's so wooded in here that even though they're rather close together, this is another beautiful one here. I'm going to have to write down some campsite numbers. Number 8 looks good. Restrooms off to my right. Number 9 is another one that looks pretty good. I could get my trailer in there. We've got some folks camping in number 10. And there's the well. We got some folks in number 13. Number 13 is a beautiful site there, except it's right on the beach, on the swimming beach, so you got a lot of folks around. Same with number 15, right on the beach. And here's another set of restrooms. That's one thing, is they've got vault toilets pretty close to everything. That site there is nice, but it would be a bummer to try to get a trailer in. This one, number 17, isn't too bad. I like that. That's close to the water too. All of these on the left-hand side are real close to the water. It's beautiful in here. That's a nice site too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna zip on up here yet. It's a good-sized campground, but like I said, the campsites are well spread out. This is a good one, 19. I like that one. I really do. 19 looks like a good one. And there's a boat landing right here, not too far from campsite 19. Boat landing's down in there. And then there's a loop out here with campsites. Now, there's a couple, if I recall, that have water access, lake access. So I might be interested in some of these way out on the end of the loop here. Let's see what we've got. We're coming up here. Oh, there's the trail. They've got a really nice hiking trail, goes around this lake. It's quite a long hiking trail, actually. Lake down through the trees there. This site here, number 20, it's a nice one. It's got water access, and it's right next to the campground host, so it should be quiet. Should be quiet. Nice vault toilets right there. Number 22. Doesn't look like it'd be too bad of a site. Pretty open though. I don't think so. They got an overflow site. Number 24. Now that looks really nice too. I'm going to back in and take a quick look at... No, I'm not. There's somebody right next to it here. So there's about 5 campers in here. Yeah, they got quite the camp set up in there. Refuse bin through the woods there. So yeah, any of them out on the loop, except for the host site, of course, I would be interested in. So I haven't seen a bad spot on the lakeside yet. I'm going down to the landing quick. Now my next stop after this, which will be the last stop today, will be Moose Lake Campground. So it's this one or Moose Lake. And this one I know for a fact. It's got some awesome bass fishing in it. Awesome bass fishing. We're gonna go on to Moose Lake, and I've got, let's see, 5 and 6, I got 8 miles of gravel road again, to get to Moose Lake. So I got this little stretch of blacktop that the campground, you know, that's in the campground, and then I've got 8 miles of pounding down gravel again. And these are back roads. I mean, the one, the main one that I'm on, will be on, is considered a Wisconsin rustic road. And boy, they're not kidding, that's rustic. It's rough, it's rough. Hauling the adventure trailer back into here, down those gravel roads, yeah, that's slow running. You're talking 20 miles an hour, 25 at the best. Because the roads, you got a couple of stretches like this first stretch here that are really pretty nice. But that's this road here. It looks really nice, don't it? Yeah, it don't stay that way. It gets really rough and rugged up here a ways. And yeah, bringing the adventure trailer in could be an adventure. So I'll catch you at Moose Lake, guys. Well, folks, I'm at Moose Lake Campground. This is a new one for me. Never been here before. Now, I've talked to a few folks that said they've been here. They said this lake is very good fishing. Okay, now, they're not canoers or kayakers. So they've been out on the lake with motorboats. And I haven't a clue what the campground's like. I haven't a clue what the lake is like. But everything I've heard has been positive. I haven't heard any complaints about this spot. Now, the only closest thing to a complaint I heard was one fella said when he came down, it was rather busy, that about 2/3 to 3/4 of the campsites were taken. Now, this is another one. I don't believe this one has a lot of campsites. If the campsites are secluded enough, you know, and it got good timber, provide some privacy, it doesn't matter to me. A nice campsite, access to the water, and good fishing, that's what I'm looking for if I'm going to be spending 4 to 6 days in one spot. So, I've got high hopes for Moose Lake. Now, I know this video, again, I say it all the time, it's going to be super long, but you know how Sty is with his videos. They tend to be long. So I'm going to pause this until I get right into the campground, and then we'll pick it up from there. Because where the campground sign is, it's quite a ways in. So I'll catch you at the campground. So here we are. I got things reflecting off the windshield. But that's the entrance to the campground. And here we are. So, the well is right here at the front end of the campground. Oh, that's got an actual electrified pump. There's power back here. I don't know if they've got power at the sites. If so, it might be something to consider. Boat landing's off to the right. We'll check that out on the way out. Campground's off here to the left. We're gonna head down here. And it's obviously one big loop. Gotta stay to the right. We'll get a good peek at this campground. Well, I'm liking the entrance to start with. First campsite's off to the left here. It's up a moss-covered hill. Oh, this campsite number 2. That looks nice down in there. Might be a little tricky getting the trailer in there. Number 3. Now this is a non-reserve site. You just use it. I could jack the trailer around in there probably. Looks like it's right on the water. Number 4. Looks like a nice campsite down in there. Not too close to the water though. Okay, number 5. That looks like a nice open campsite. Shady, but yet still open. And it says that there's the beach. Now, one thing they said is the beach is kind of grassy and so-so. But I could definitely get kayak in off of, I believe that was site number 5. And the restroom is just right close here. No, that's campsite number 6. I gotta remember that one. I think that one might be a good one. The restroom's way up in the woods there. Number 7 looks like a pretty good campsite. I'd have to haul the kayak down to the water, but that's all right. Oh boy, yeah. Number 9 looks like a good one. A little tricky getting down in there with the trailer, but once it's in there, that'd be a sweet campsite. I would hopefully not have to haul the kayak to the boat landing, but these upper ones, in the worst case, there's the vault restroom. So they got a couple of restrooms. Number 14, kind of sitting up here all by itself. Number 13 is obviously a tent pad. It's kind of hidden back around there. And number 15. Yeah, that one I wouldn't get the trailer in. So there's 15 campsites and not a single camper in here. I noticed there are some reservations. The signs are up that some of the campsites are reserved. So somebody's probably coming in this weekend. We're going to zip down here and take a quick look at, oh, one way. Don't go the wrong way. So just down from the campground, there's this loop. I'm surprised they didn't put campsites down around this loop. Brings you down here to the boat landing. I want to park and take a walk down there. There's a parking area right here. And we're going to take a walk down by the landing and see what it looks like. I can't believe there's nobody out here at all. Let's see what they are saying here. Informational stuff. Good old pack it in, pack it out statement. You can only keep 10 panfish per day. Smallmouth bass, yeah. Catch and release. Yeah, they really push for it. This is what's in Moose Lake. Walleye. You can have 3 a day. Northern pike. There's no limit. but there's 5. Or there's no length limit, but you can have 5 a day. Then you got muskies. You can keep 1 if it's over 40 inches. Largemouth bass, it's got to be 14 inches. And you can have 5 in combination, largemouth and smallmouth. And panfish, crappie, bluegill, yellow perch, and sunfish. That's great. I can hear, sounds like a boat out on the water, but it could have also been an ATV. This is a very large lake, and to get out here on the kayak, I would not be going very far. I'd be sticking around the shorelines close to camp, and that's all I would need to do from the looks of things. Oh, this would be just awesome in here. Camp is just down that way, around this bend. Look at all the structure in this lake. This would be perfect for fishing. All along there, all those reed beds, all this structure in here. Bass fishing, oh yeah. This nice little cove back in here. Oh yeah, I could see kayaking the heck out of this. Take off early in the morning and head to towards the other end of the lake, which is the west end over there, and let the prevailing winds bring me back to camp later in the day. Boy, oh boy. And if I can grab a campsite, I'm going to drive through, but I'm not going to film it, but I'm going to check out a couple more of those campsites and find out the best ones where I can have a kayak right by my campsite and put it in and out instead of having to come down here to the boat landing. I could see having a very, very enjoyable time here. And like I said, I have never been here before. So this is all new to me. Water clarity is fair. Looks like it's about 4 or 5 feet. Yeah. That's quite the nice boat landing, actually. Now, from what I understand, there are some spots on the opposite end of the lake of some private property. Otherwise, this is all surrounded by Forest Service. It's all public lands. It's just beautiful out here, just beautiful. I'm thinking this is going to go as number 1, and Black Lake, being that I've been there before, will be number 2. Yeah, this is gotta be it. This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna walk up here to the truck, and then I'm gonna do a thanks for tagging along ending on this super long video. But I'll catch you guys. Oh, wait a minute, I want to look at another thing here. They got don't shoot a swan. Well, no kidding. Wild swans are protected. Trumpeter swans and snow goose. They're showing you what they look like. Yep. Loon alert. Help keep this lake safe for loons by staying 200 feet from loons on the water and shoreline areas used by loons. Wildlife harassment is illegal. Please report violations to the local Department of Natural Resources office and call toll-free, blah, blah, blah. Lead alert. Lead fishing tackle kills loons, eagles, swans, and other wildlife due to lead poisoning. Please use non-lead tackle when fishing this lake. And I love that. No fireworks. No kidding. Yep. For sanitation, pack out fish guts. Nice informational board. Okay, I'll see you up at the truck. Well, folks, I can't believe it. I got off to such a late start today. I didn't get off and running until just a little after noon. Had all kinds of errands to run this morning and stuff, and I wanted to, oh lordy, okay. I wanted to get out here early, but life has its way with me sometimes. So what I ended up doing is getting out of town a little after noon, and right now my trip odometer says that I've put on 87 miles. I've hit 5 different locations in that 87 miles. Now if I were to camp at Black Lake, which is my second favorite, that's 75 miles from home to get to Black Lake. Here at Moose Lake, I actually get to cut some of those miles off. It'll be about 68 miles to get to Moose Lake here. I wasn't certain what I would think about Moose Lake. It's only got 15 campsites. Black Lake has 24, I believe. Black Lake is, I mean, you can't beat it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful campground. However, being that I have not fished this lake ever, being I have never been in this campground, I gotta try something new. I'm putting Moose Lake as number one. After this video, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna investigate some of these campsites a little closer and decide which ones I'm willing to use that'll accept the Sty adventure trailer, Sty Shack Too. And this is where I'm going to come and spend anywhere from 4 to 6 days. 3 to 5 nights. We'll see how long I can hold out, I guess. Well, I got to reserve the site, so I got to tell them, I got to decide. Is it going to be 3 or going to be 5? We'll see when I get there. But, so that's the next thing on Sty's list is pick the sites that he's willing to use. And I want to thank you guys for tagging along. This is a terrible long video. Terrible. I just can't help myself. Just like my live streams. They run 4, 5, 6 hours. Terrible. Hey, life terrible. But I want to thank every one of you. Anybody that made it this far in the video. Hey, if you made it this far and you were that patient and you enjoyed the video, leave a comment saying, hey, I watched the whole doggone thing. Let me know that you enjoyed it and you watched the whole thing. Hey, give me a thumbs up, would you? And if you haven't subscribed, punch me in the ugly mug. It'll pop up there. And I'll leave some videos up on the side that you can just click on and zip over and check out. And until the next outing, until I get out again, hey, catch my live streams in between or watch some of the old videos. But until then, you do like I'm doing, and you have a very, very nice day. Bye-bye, folks.